Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out RV Daydream, and it's been a while, so let's get you caught up.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
Alright, so some of the things I've been doing is reviews, and I've got quite a few reviews that I've got to do for my other channel, and I'll show you kind of what I've got going on so you can see how busy I've been. All the stuff in this chair, which I hate this rocker. Heidi bought it at a yard sale, and she had grand plans for it, but there it sits. But all this stuff here, I got to do reviews on. That case, all this stuff here I've got to do reviews on, and actually a camera mount that I'm currently using shooting this. I got to do a review on that, and that field monitor, some lighting, some other things. So you can see I'm kind of busy. That doesn't give me a good excuse why we haven't been doing any updates. I apologize for that. It's one of those things that I've got in a groove, and unfortunately the channel was outside of that groove, and I couldn't really think of anything productive to add on the videos, so it's my excuse. I don't know if it's a good excuse for you guys, but again, I apologize if not. We've got a lot of stuff that's been going on, including I injured my back. I'm finally able to move around relatively easy right now. I had to go to the VA hospital a few days ago. It was bad. It was real bad. I have no idea what I did to cause it, but I got up early in the morning. All I simply did was reach down to turn off a fan that we had running on the porch to keep the porch dry because it was raining quite a bit. And when I stood back up, everything started tightening, and it just got worse. It was really bad. So let's go ahead and show you some of the bigger things, or go over some of the bigger things that's going to be happening. The first thing that's not interesting is we got snow hitting on and off, but we hardly had any accumulation. January has gone down as the 8th warmest January that we've ever had in Ohio, so good for January. Very happy about that. We're moving into a little bit of a cold snap, but nothing that isn't above normal. It's kind of in the normal range. There's not a lot of cold coming as far as in the minus area, which it could be, but it's not. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. So we got some snow happening, but off in the background I've got something else going on, so let's go take a look. Looks like I got a sweep out here, maybe get some of that snow off. Yeah, the camper's back. Now this is mine now. I own it. Now if you guys don't remember, we got this for my brother at auction. I bid for him because he wasn't really familiar with the whole auction process. But here it is. I got a little furnace in here. I don't have it running, which I will. But yeah, I own this beast now. So if this stays here until summer or spring, this might be a project for us. Alright, so I got you sitting across from me. I tried to knock down the light a little bit because the camera was trying to adjust. And I'm sorry if you hear the little furnace running, but I need the heat. So what's the deal with this camper? Well, it might be a project this summer. I did go ahead and post it up for sale if somebody wanted to buy it early. I don't necessarily want to do another project. We did this one, and or we had done one just like this. We had a 76 Apache Ramada, which this is the biggest hard-side Apache you can buy. This and the Roamer. It's in pretty good shape. This would make a very nice project. I could see this turning out to be just as good as our last one. But there's a lot of work that's involved, and our last one did well. We sold our last one for like $1,900. So there's money to be had if you want to do it as a project. Again, I've got other things on the burner. So let's talk about those other things. Well, first of all, I mentioned in a previous video that I was going to receive some sort of retirement from FedEx. A company that I worked for got bought out by FedEx, and they absorbed us. And I only worked for FedEx under their banner for about 1.5 years, maybe. And what happened was they vested me in their retirement plan, and I didn't even know that I had a retirement plan. I kept on getting letters in the mail and stuff, and I just ignored it for like 8 years. And then out of the blue, just decided one day to call them up and say, what's the deal with this? I don't understand. Why am I getting these letters? And they said, well, you have a retirement plan. So this was money that I wasn't expecting. And I mentioned before, like at 65, I would get $250 a month. At 70, I think it was going to be like 300 a month, which would have been great. But I would have had to wait until 65 or 70 to be getting that money. And really, I just don't know what's going to be happening at that age in my life. Hopefully I'm still healthy and working. And I am working towards a little bit better health. I'll talk about that here in a second too. So what I did was just conceded the fact that at some point later on down the road in life, once I start collecting Social Security, I could also start collecting some sort of retirement. And, it'd be nice. Well, I got a letter back in December saying that FedEx was basically, in a nutshell, offering buyouts for the retirement. And I went ahead and opted for it. What's that mean for me? Well, it means for me that we're going to be buying something different, most likely. And I'm talking about our travel trailer. We've talked about it a couple times. I don't know how far I'm going to go with the travel trailer as far as how new. I don't know if we were going to want to do another project, and hence this would kind of be in the way. If I did do another project, this would be something that would just kind of slow me down and make it a little bit intolerable in our driveway, in our garage, and in our whole home in general, because I would have 3 travel trailers, the one that we have currently, the one that I would be doing a project on trying to get fixed, and then this one that I'd be making a project out of trying to fix this one up to get a little bit more money out of it. So I don't think that we're going to do much with this one here. It does all right though. I'm kind of reminds me back when we had ours, and makes me a little bit sentimental. And when you pull it, man, it's amazing. You do 80 miles an hour, and you really don't know this thing's behind you. I mean, after pulling a travel trailer, you really don't know that a pop-up's behind you at all. I mean, it's just crazy. So basically what this means for the channel is you guys might get to see us here coming in May, start doing some shopping, maybe in late April, and we'll start looking at all the travel trailers that are available. Everything's getting traded in. We might be looking at used. We want the right floor plan. Doesn't mean we're necessarily going to get it, because if I get a good enough deal on something else that may not be quite what I want, money talks, deals talk, good deals really talk to me. I don't expect you to really notice this too much, but I went ahead and jumped on a diet, and it was December 2nd. And I can't believe I haven't got in front of this camera for that long. It's been since December since I've talked to you guys one-to-one like this, and again, I apologize for that. But December 2nd, I was sitting on the couch and I was eating leftover pumpkin pie, like one of the last pieces of pumpkin pie from Thanksgiving, and I don't know what, something just clicked with me, and I was calculating some numbers in my head real fast. I literally ate the last piece of pie, and I looked over at Heidi and I said, you know what, that's it, I'm going to go on a diet because this is ridiculous. I said, I don't know, I'm eating this because it tastes so good, and last thing I want to do is be eating food just because of taste. I mean, I understand why, but anyway, so since December 2nd, I've lost 30 pounds. It's just a diet change as far as the way that I eat. It doesn't work for everybody, but not to be alarmed if you start seeing me look a lot thinner over the next few months than what I normally do, because this isn't the first time that I've gone on a diet and lost weight. I actually had people think that I was ill at some point. Even Heidi made comment the last time I went on a diet. She said, boy, you really look sickly almost, because I'm used to seeing you, so much more fuller in the face and everything else. And I last time I went on a diet, I was 256 pounds, and within a year I got down to 175 pounds. That was a comfortable weight, but I went up to 185, I think it was, and I stayed at 185 for a while. I felt really comfortable at 185 even. Now the only reason when I lost all that weight, it kind of failed, was because Heidi wasn't on board. And I was fighting with her constantly about, what foods to buy and what foods to eat. And I had a major life change that was going on at that point. And I kind of moved into my old lifestyle, and with her, the way she cooks, it just cascaded into me putting on all the weight again and then some. Heidi also, just to let you know, Heidi's lost just over 10 pounds herself. Now, in her case, she'll be the first to say her willpower is not as strong as mine, but she's doing good. She's made a conscious effort to cut back and not eat junk. And when she does eat junk food, like the guys at work the other day, they ordered a pizza and she did have one slice of pizza, where normally she might have 2 or even 3 slices of pizza. So she is doing better, and I'm really happy towards that, because she's such a small-framed person. That weight really puts a dampener on her too. She doesn't like it. She don't care for it. She was always real thin. When Heidi and I first met, I weighed about 180 pounds, and Heidi, she was a size 0. I don't even remember. I think she weighed a little over 100 pounds. I think she was like 102. So this is my update. I hope it wasn't too long. I'm going to edit this down as much as possible. We're still live. We apologize to everybody that enjoys seeing what's going on. I really didn't have a lot that was going on that was worthy, so I wanted to include some kind of film, some kind of videos, so you guys had stuff to watch. That's why I released all those flashback videos. That was a lot of stuff that we did prior to us having the channel RV Daydream, so I wanted to incorporate those RV related things into the RV Daydream. This summer's going to be interesting. You're going to definitely see us do a trip of some sort. Depends on how much money that I save, if we get into the right travel trailer. We actually entertained the thought, believe it or not, of fifth wheels at some point. Heidi discussed that a little bit with us. You're going to see me most likely purchasing a generator, and I'll tell you which one I'm going to get in a future video whenever I pick that up. You're also, again, possibly going to see some upgrades to my truck, and of course camping. We're going to be camping right away. And it's funny, if I didn't have the camper covered up, I probably would have went camping about a week and a half ago, because we had a stretch of days that we were in the 50s every day, and there was a couple of days we were in the 60s. Again, it was a very warm January. Now February, they're saying it's going to be, again, closer to average, so we're talking in the 30s. But we're in a warm up. The coldest days of the winter happen in January, so our winter should be relatively mild, although snowstorms could show up and we could have a couple cold days. But as far as marching towards March, I think that we're going to be in pretty good shape. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go for now, and stay tuned for more interesting stuff. I'm going to get Heidi in front of the camera, and we're going to talk about all this stuff moving forward, what we'd like to do with this influx of money that I'm going to get. And whenever the money comes in, I'll actually talk about details. I'll give you dollar amounts and what we're going to do, and what you guys think about it. As always, we hope to see you out there. Bye.